This might be the first real sign of the iPhone Fold coming straight from Apple. And on top of that, we now have a stack of leaks that actually line up. Because based on these leaks, this could be the most exciting iPhone in years, or a very expensive mistakes. Let's get into it. Apple just did something it almost never does. It basically confirmed a foldable iPhone inside an internal iOS build with the codename V68. And that's where this gets interesting. Rumors are one thing. A direct reference inside Apple's own software is a completely different level. Now let's break down what trusted leakers say Apple is actually building. Let's start with the design. And here's where it gets interesting. The iPhone Fold doesn't look like the Z Fold 7 or the Pixel 10 Pro Fold at all. Apple is reportedly going with a passport-like shape, with a cover display around 5 inches that unfolds into 7.7. This feels like Apple intentionally blurring the line between iPhone and iPad. But of course, the display isn't just about size, it's also about how it looks. Because even after 7 years, the crease is still the biggest complaint with foldables. So, according to leaks, Apple will use laser-drilled microstructures for the display to better guide stress distribution. With one simple goal, make the crease so small you basically stop noticing it. Now, do I believe Apple can do that on the first try? Maybe. Samsung has been slowly improving the crease for years, and the crease on the Z Fold 7 is almost invisible, but Apple will show up and act like they cracked it instantly. And that leads into the next big upgrade, the inner camera. According to reliable leaks, the inner display will use an under-display camera for a fully immersive screen. But the wild part is that it's rumored to be 24 megapixels, far higher than what Samsung uses. And if that ends up being real, that's a big deal. We've all seen how under-display cameras usually look on Samsung Folds. So if Apple actually pulls off a high-resolution under-display camera that looks good, that's the kind of Apple flex that instantly makes headlines. With foldables, durability is always the biggest concern. And now there are reports that Apple could use liquid metal for the hinge and internal structure, which is about 2.5 times stronger than titanium. That would be a big move. And honestly, it sounds exactly like the kind of thing Apple would do to create a signature hinge they can brag about for years. Now let's talk about thickness. Even with Apple coming later than Samsung, leaks suggest the iPhone Fold could be around 4.5 millimeters when open and about 9 to 9.5 millimeters when folded. So yes, it's slim, but it's not going to be some magically thin device that destroys everyone else. There's still no word on how much it will weigh because the build materials aren't fully confirmed. One set of leaks points to titanium and aluminum, while others point to stainless steel. Stainless steel would make it heavier, while titanium or aluminum makes more sense here. But based on the hinge and display tech, one thing is clear. Apple is prioritizing durability over slimming down or reducing weight. Now, this is where Apple makes a big trade-off. According to leaks, Apple could use dual 48 megapixel cameras on the back, similar to what they used in the iPhone 17. The inner display gets the under-display camera, while the cover display uses a punch-hole selfie camera. So far, that sounds solid. But if you care about zoom, you're probably going to miss it here. On the most expensive iPhone, skipping a telephoto camera is going to be controversial. Some people will say, Apple doesn't need it, their main camera crops well. And sure, Apple's processing is great, but this is exactly the kind of decision that's going to light up the comments section. But skipping the telephoto frees up space for something more important, the battery. Something Samsung has struggled with for years. Leaks say Apple could be using a battery between 5,400 to 5,800 milliamp hours with new high-density battery tech. And if those numbers are accurate, that would be the biggest battery ever in an iPhone. And that matters, because nobody wants a foldable that feels like a tablet but dies like a small phone. Performance is another area where Apple might flex hard. The leaks point to an A20 Pro chip built on 2nm technology, plus a new C2 modem. So if you care about speed, efficiency, and connectivity, the iPhone Fold could easily be the most powerful foldable on the market when it launches. It's also widely rumored to be eSIM only in the US, which at this point isn't surprising anymore. The rumored price range is around $2,000 to $2,400. That's wild. So yeah, this could be the most expensive single-fold phone ever. Apple is aiming extremely high with the iPhone Fold, but at this price, expectations might get brutal. Apple fans will say Apple is Apple. But at this price point, Samsung is already selling a phone that folds twice. Samsung clearly knows the price is insane, which is why they're moving fast with their next foldable that could look very similar to what Apple is building. Click right here to check that out. This is Techtics, and I'll see you there.